Welcome to Couch Potatoes, everybody. We're recording Subject Change.
Hey, what's up? You introduced the wrong show!
I did it on purpose.
Sure, yeah, totally. The sun was in my eyes.
I can get away with annoying you like this is because I'm over 1,000 miles away from you, so you'd have to spend a lot of money on gas to get over to where I am.
I can't hit you now.
Yeah.
Actually, of the two of us, you were the one who is more physically abusive. I gotta tell you, it's been so long since you've been in the same state as me that all of my bruises have finally healed.
I can change that.
Kyle is gonna sub in for you. He's sitting right next
Kyle's
to me.
Kyle's on the podcast with us today, and Kyle, do what I would do in this situation so I can hear it.
No.
Do it.
Ow! I'm just kidding. I punched myself. That was the joke. Anyway.
You need to work on that, Kyle. You need to...
Oh, Kyle's out of soda.
That.
I'm cutting you off. You've had a few too many tonight.
Okay.
Give me your keys.
No.
Ow, he just threw the
I
can
can
at my
stop
face.
what I want to stop, okay?
I don't want to.
Don't tell me when to stop.
Being president's hard.
Don't understand. I wish the president had a dedicated Tumblr where he just talked about how hard it was.
It's not a phase, Mom.
God, I wish Mom would just stop calling me and telling me how to do my job. I just want to be president on my own. God.
There would be headlines of President Trump reblogged blank on Tumblr.
President Trump accidentally liked Ted Cruz's tweet.
There's a press release coming up. That was an error.
I want that to be a thing in the politics. Is everyone ends up like, okay, so Ted Cruz likes the video, and then they all do.
Ted Cruz has all the best memes.
Trump retweets it.
And he's like, this pussy Cruz over here doesn't feel like retweeting it, but I'm not ashamed. So anyway, speaking of Twitter, guess what happened?
Just the site went up.
You deleted your account?
No. Okay, so everyone
What a
knows
guess.
my favorite person in the whole world, Dan Slott.
We all love him. We all love him.
It recently came out in a couple of videos I saw that apparently he had blogged about how he was bragging that one time he stole someone's account on a comic forum, and then started like pretending to be them, and then like ruined their reputation. And it got so bad that this guy he was impersonating, his wife had to call Dan Slott personally and say, please undo the damage you've done. You've like ruined everything. And then after that he goes, you see what it's like? That's the kind of harassment you get if you're a comic writer. Right?
My God.
This is the guy writing Amazing Spider-Man right now. I shit you not.
Oh my.
Well, that
Right?
is pretty amazing.
Yeah. And there's a reason why him and I have come into blows a couple of times, and why we've had words. But basically, today, someone retweeted at me like 20 minutes ago that on his own Twitter, he tweeted at the support account and said, hey, they won't help me deal with this imposter before something bad happens. So quick reminder, my account is the one that's verified. And I'm like, dude, you're mad that someone's impersonating you on the internet? Man, it's almost like you shouldn't do that, you asshole. Oh, speaking of Twitter.
Hey, look away.
Oh, there's something going on over there. Tag me in it.
Your headphone jack splitter thing is garbage, by the way. I keep cutting in and out in terms of being able to
hearing.
hear.
Okay, well, if
That
we keep
or
it like,
going deaf slowly, and it's just abrupt.
what if we just keep
Well,
it stable, stuffed between the couch cushions? Can you hear it now? Yes.
Well, this is how we're.
Okay.
This is intentional. You know this. We're trying to drive Kyle slowly insane through bad microphone quality.
Yep.
The plan is like slow sensory deprivation over the course of many days. Eventually, you're gonna be able to see less colors and not notice right away.
Soon
and then
you'll
you're
be
just gonna
like
go
Xavier.
blind and you'll be colorblind like
I
me.
was about to say, if it's working the same way this headphone splitter is, I'm gonna go from seeing color to not seeing color back to seeing color within like a second. And, it's
And
like,
then you'll
what is
go
happening?
blind entirely.
Yeah. Except I won't come back. So
yeah.
sad.
Anyway, Morty.
That is disgusting.
I'm
So
sorry.
in case you haven't heard this person's voice before,
This
Kyle
is
was in
Kairu.
a couple of the Let's Plays, right?
I was in the Outlast Let's Play. I was in the absurdly successful channel boosting Heavy Rain Let's Play.
Oh yeah, I got a lot
Yeah.
of play off of that one.
Everybody
Yeah.
loves that one.
And he was in the Life is Strange LP.
I keep forgetting we played that.
Me too. I posted one episode of it, and it was really fun because it was one where both people had watched it somewhat, and also your voice didn't sound like you had just smoked like a whole pack. You know?
Well,
Same with right now.
That's because he hadn't. Some days he does. Some days he tries to quit. It's not working out very well.
He's it's just this constant uphill battle to quit smoking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I tend to slam myself into a brick wall every now and then, where I just have it like 2 packs a day, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting
A carton, just a whole carton, just like my fucking cat just ran over it with his tail and then knocked over some soda cans. I feel like he did it on purpose.
once on the podcast.
So if there's a slight sound difference, Kyle and I are recording in the basement just for comfort's sake, because there's a couch down here and we're not huddled up around a tiny laptop in my room.
I thought it was because the ceiling fan in your room decided it's not gonna work.
Oh, that's true. Also, okay, so people who are following my Twitter they'll like this story. So I was living in darkness in my room for like a week because my light bulbs all burned out at the same time, I guess. And
They were in
I bought replacements that were the wrong size, and then I got the actual size light bulbs, and then I put them in, and 2 days later, suddenly the whole fan just doesn't work, so I have no lights again. Like, the fan won't turn on, the lights won't turn on, the dimmer switch doesn't work, nothing works. It's broken. I think it's an electrical issue.
I think you're an electrical issue.
Yeah,
So I fixed one problem just for another problem to start.
Do the light bulbs fit?
Yes.
That's a win.
At least when I get the wires fixed, they'll turn on.
So that they'll burn out immediately.
Oh, I'm depressed. I am depression. I am depressed.
I am become depression.
I am become depressed.
Wait, your depression? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question, depression?
Yeah.
Why'd you take my dad?
Because you didn't deserve him.
Okay, thank you, depression.
Damn. The other voice of depression answered for me.
Depression 2.
You know, I was worried about
sequel,
Kyle and I not
Depression 2,
speaking
the
at the right
sequel.
volume, so I pulled a little trick. This might sound different for when you're editing, David. I mean, it won't come across in the audio because we're wearing headphones, but I wanted to make sure that because we're farther away from the microphone, that we were yelling a little bit louder. So I put on music in the background, unbeknownst to Kyle, so that he'd be like kind of yelling over it.
I can't hear the music.
You can't?
Okay, maybe I can.
Yes, you can. Don't lie.
Do you want me to be louder, like when we were watching Cloud9 and Big?
Okay, so yeah,
scream
we
about
had a
that.
cool weekend. We got to talk about
Oh
that.
yeah, we went to DreamHack. We being Xavier and I, not David.
Yeah.
Sorry, David.
So
I'll invite you next time.
I wasn't expecting this. I was thinking Kyle and Josh would show up at my doorstep for like 2 hours on Friday night, and then they didn't. And then
They did.
well, they did it. They did at midnight, so technically it was Saturday morning.
Okay.
But anyway,
By the way, you're welcome for your free DreamHack 3-day pass.
yeah. So they showed up and gave me a 3-day pass to this gaming convention. It's basically like video game Comic-Con. And
Injustice.
oh yeah,
Where's the other controller?
somewhere.
I'll look for it. You keep telling the story. I'll look for the controller.
Okay, Kyle and I have been trying to.
We suck.
Kyle didn't like fighting games until this weekend.
Oh my god, yeah.
I got him into those.
I got it. No, Josh did. I'm not a huge fan of fighting. Well, I wasn't a huge fan of fighting games. I just didn't see the point. I didn't have fun playing them. Then
We played at an
out of the
arcade.
blue, we played at an arcade with a stick and buttons, and it made fighting games a lot of fun.
Yeah, because
Just because of controller change.
I was like, "Hey, Josh, come play Mortal Kombat 2 with me," and then I beat him, because I'm really good at Mortal Kombat 2. I was like, hey, Kyle, come over here and play Mortal Kombat 2 with me. And then he beat me right away. And I was like, oh, I guess I suck at Mortal Kombat 2. But, yeah, it was fun. I mean, talk about your new experience with the video games.
Me?
This is a movie podcast.
Ow.
No video games allowed.
Oh, Xavier, David said no video games allowed at the movie podcast.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
I was being sarcastic. There's no real format to
I
this.
walked to the other
No,
side
this is
of the room.
super serious. No jokes ever.
There
No
used to
jokes?
be a format
Oh
to
God,
this,
I've
but
been
then
doing it
Xavier
all wrong.
complained,
What
so we
episode are
don't.
we on? How long have I not known that rule?
Come on, this is my first episode, and I knew it from day one, Xavier.
Damn it! I feel like there was some miscommunication.
Hey, David, I think Xavier, turn your ears off for this.
Okay.
David, I think we gotta kick Xavier out. He's being
no.
he's not following the program.
Hold on, I'll be right back. Kyle, talk about your experience at DreamHack.
What about your experience?
It was great.
All right, everyone, you heard
I didn't
from
go to
Xavier.
DreamHack because DreamHack is not in
Yeah.
Minneapolis, Tennessee.
Yeah. DreamHack came to Denver, and I went all 3 days, and it was really cool. I think something that...
Tell us a little bit about it, not just your experience, but what actually you did and what happened.
Yeah, what was at DreamHack was there's like the main floor that had all like the booths you can buy stuff at, with a lot of it being like computer parts from RAM to mice to keyboards, etc. There was a lot of that. And then there were also a ton of like tournaments for games. There was an entire like section of the Western Complex Center dedicated just to fighting games, with your own like pick up and start playing for free fighting game area to like the stage where the professionals were playing.
You're telling me that you're not professional?
I am not, sadly. I didn't get to play in any tournament. However, there was like this area that had like it was underground, not underground. It was the first level of the complex center, and over there was a stage where they had college grudge matches for League of Legends and Overwatch, and Josh got to actually play on stage for his Overwatch team,
Ow.
which that was really cool. That was really cool.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
watch.
We watched it live on Twitch.
I was
And,
I was actually there cheering him on.
Yeah. It was funny because David Henderson, our other friend,
Am I doing this right?
him and I both we freaked out every time that battery's almost dead. We both freaked out every time the camera turned on and then faced Josh. We were like, "Hey, there he is!" And then I think David, he's one of the mods in my Discord server for anyone listening. And then he went into the Discord server and posted the link and said, "Hey, everyone, come check it out." And yeah.
Sadly, they lost. One thing that that bugged me at first was the commentators kept making jokes about 900 IQ plays.
What's a 900 IQ play?
It's just a really smart play.
Okay.
That's about it,
All right.
basically.
I remember also that it was really funny because the announcer almost seemed like he was out of breath constantly.
Sorry, what?
Because there was one guy, the guy on the left side, if you end up watching the VOD, anyone, he was just so into it and talking so much that it seemed like he was like having a hard time figuring out what to say and was starting to get like flushed, like his face turned red, and he was like sweating. It was hilarious.
We didn't actually see him, but I do agree with that because for those who have not watched like an actual esports match live, the commentary you'll hear on Twitch gets played through speakers with the sound. So it like adds to the atmosphere of it, while at the same time raising the importance of the headset the players wear, because if they're not keeping the sound out well enough, then both teams can hear the play-by-play commentary of like people setting up for plays and like hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
Which was interesting because I didn't actually know they played it through the speakers. What else could you have done at DreamHack? There was a free-to-play PC area where it was just literally, like, I think 100 PCs lined up where just anyone can go in and go on a PC for, like, 5 hours and play.
Yeah.
And then there was also a bring-your-own-computer area where those who paid the extra cash could bring their own computer and then play in tournaments down there. Josh played in a tournament down there, and I don't know how that went.
Yeah, so basically, to sum it all up, there's tournaments, there's big crazy live events where you're watching like fighting game matches or, you know, like big shooter tournaments for like Halo or Counter-Strike, and those are almost like a soccer game, the amount of fanfare and crazy stuff that goes on.
Well, I don't like soccer games, so I guess I won't like that either.
I guess. There was no riots, though, sadly. There's
Oh,
also areas where you can go...
Though.
Yeah, there's also areas where you can go get, like, merchandise. There's spots where you can, like, there was this whole section devoted to indie games that wanted to show off their stuff, and they would, like, be like, hey, here's our game. You could play, like, a small demo of it, and then, you want to give us money, or maybe like sign up for our newsletter or get the game, and everyone would be like, nah. I played my first VR game there. It was really cool.
What are the controls?
Cool.
They're very similar to
I watched a movie
Infinite.
called Get Out on Friday.
You watched Get
Oh,
Out?
you watched Get Out? Neato.
Yeah, I got out and I saw Get Out.
Hold on, how do you block?
Did you get out? Have you seen
Sit
it?
back when I hit you. I have not seen it. I've been wanting to see it, but like I don't know. I just haven't had both the time, and then every time I've like had an opportunity to see it, I keep going, well, there's something else I could probably watch, and then I end up watching some other thing.
What kind of horror movies do you like?
Me? I like sci-fi horror movies.
How do you use a super?
Okay, well,
Like I like Aliens or Alien
you like
or
the
The Thing.
B side of horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's some really B movie stuff in this.
Ooh.
It's kind of weird because it's very much a B movie, but they play it very straight and try to make it serious.
Well, okay, so I've had the whole thing spoiled for me, unfortunately.
Oh,
And
Kyle?
I have not.
well, yeah,
Do
I
you
guess
want me
we'll avoid that then. And for the audience's benefit as well.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind too
So
much.
there's a bunch of scenes that are like long, awkward conversation scenes where the main character Chris, who's the black guy, meets his white girlfriend's family, and it's just awkward because they say all kinds of things like, "Oh, I would have voted for Obama for a third time if I could," and oh, that sort of stuff. So they keep just reminding him constantly how they're not racist.
That's such a Key and Peele thing to write. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing. Like that reminds me totally of something that they would put in a. Well, I mean, which one? It was a Key that directed and wrote it.
It was Peele.
Oh, it was Peele. Okay. That totally strikes me as something that they would put in their films.
So it kind of, a lot of the movie was like this sort of awkward balance between feeling uncomfortable and this sort of very surreal kind of environment that's going on, but also kind of laughing, but also sort of feeling awkward. So it felt very uncomfortable throughout the whole thing, and sort of like kind of like you wanted to leave almost.
But like it was compelling because you're at least like into what's happening, even though it's kind of it's going for a little bit of cringe humor at the same time as just general making you uncomfortable.
Can I say how hilarious it was to have a main character and a cast who used only Windows phones? That was hilarious. That was the funniest part of the whole movie.
It's like every time you see an Adam Sandler movie, everything is a Sony brand product. And he always does really overt product placement like, man, I'm having a really terrible day. I have such a headache. I should take an ibuprofen. And he lifts it off of the shelf and then points it at the camera and then just drinks it.
You tell me you don't?
I don't know. I just oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate product placement. Like, I know you have to do it. It's how you get a budget sometimes. Like, some movies can be made by their product placement.
Here's an example of how to make a movie. Just context. Get Out cost $4.5 million to make, and it grossed $250 million worldwide.
Well, that's pretty good. That's a good turnout.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty decent.
Does it count as an indie movie?
No, because it was
Okay.
it was Because it was a Jason Blum thing.
Oh, okay.
So Jason Blum, he's a big horror producer who
I
specializes.
think
in this
Blumhouse
sort
is
of
now
thing.
doing the Spawn movie.
Yeah.
Oh
Which-
God.
Mm-hmm.
With Todd McFarlane looking to be the
Directing.
director.
That's
Man,
gonna be terrible. I
I-
can't wait for another The Spirit.
I was hoping that with age, Todd McFarlane would stop drinking his own Kool-Aid a little bit, but no, I think he thinks he's even more of a badass now that he's older. And, like, because people consider him one of, like, the greats. I'll say he's one of the great artists. He's a fantastic artist. Save for a
He's
couple
no
of goofy
Rob.
panels every now and then. Well, it's like all artists have those.
He's no Rob. We'll say that.
Well, he's like Rob, but he has the drawing talent to back up some of it. You know? Otherwise, he's near identical.
They
And,
are friends.
okay, I'll say between the two of them, he's better at coming up with a premise than Rob, because Rob's was just like, here's a bunch of, like, here's a team made up of characters that I already basically worked on Marvel, but now it's just like they're slightly different. Like, Bad Rock is now the Thing, or Wolverine is now fucking
Troll.
what was it? There's like 6 Wolverine knockoffs.
There's Troll.
Yeah, there's Troll, or there was another one with like Deadlock, I think, and he, instead of being yellow and blue, his outfit was red and gray. God, ugh. I'm still also really upset about the existence of Fighting American. Because he's just Captain America.
So
Now,
No, he's fighting American.
Just be every soldier. Because
He has a
every soldier is
shield.
a fighting American.
He fights a bad guy with a skull face.
That's what the Romans did, right?
Yeah. While dressed up as American flags.
Yes.
Very strange culture, the Romans. It didn't make sense until a lot later.
Trick the enemy by not having a country that exists yet.
They'll never know that we're actually the Romans. They'll think we're some fake country called the U.S. And then the founding fathers were like, dude, we should take inspiration from that.
The founding fathers were weirdos.
Yeah.
Why were they? They weren't fathers. They didn't.
They didn't get anyone pregnant.
Here's the thing: if they're the fathers,
They're
then
all
who
a
are
bunch
the
of
founding
virgins.
mothers. Because you can't have a kid without a mommy and a daddy.
Are you telling me that we're born out of wedlock? I'm confused.
Dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Dreadlocks?
Well, who's the mommy? Because who's America's mommy?
Anne Hathaway,
No.
the actress.
No.
I don't know. This conversation got a little bit dumber. What
Well,
have you
that's
been up to,
happens when we
David?
bring a guest on. That's what happens when we bring a guest on. We become dumber.
Yep.
What-
I dropped the
we did
intelligence.
the guest with Brandon was okay.
Brandon
No.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
You not a fan? You didn't like it? What about Kyle? Is he terrible?
Yes.
Yes. He's terrible.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What about me? Am I terrible? I've been on the
Yes.
podcast.
Yes, you're
You're
terrible.
the worst guest we've had so far. Why do you keep coming back?
You're the
What
worst.
about,
guest. You're the worst.
What about David? He's on the
Man,
podcast a
he's
lot.
Fine.
David's pretty cool.
No, I don't know. I feel like he just doesn't contribute a lot to the conversation.
I mean, he's not outwardly obnoxious. He's just kind of there.
He just exists.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
that's what all of us can hope to do best, is just exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I really...
Turns out that's the meaning in life, to exist.
Oh my
What's the
god.
point of life?
The meaning of life is, the 42 joke is a little bit overplayed, if I'm being
42.
So
honest.
have you seen the #1 movie in America right now?
Oh god, what could that possibly be? It's been such a bad year for movies.
Do you want to know what the #1 weekend release is? That's the #1 movie in America by that term. Boo 2, A Medea Halloween.
Oh my god,
That's the
really?
#1 movie at the
Are you
box
serious?
office.
Blade Runner exists and Medea is #1 at the box office.
Of course.
If there's any evidence that we should we should fucking eradicate the Earth. It's that. Just carpet bomb everything.
What about Medea? Do we carpet
I
bomb
just
her?
think of the
We'll leave Medea to live on her own by herself. She can think about what she did.
As punishment for the movie.
Have you ever seen Hulk: The End, where it's this comic where Hulk is the last living creature on Earth, and he's just walking around trying to figure out a way to kill himself because
So
the
here's the
nuclear
question.
fallout didn't?
So here's the question about Medea. Do you think that Tyler Perry is just doing this to make a quick buck?
Oh,
or
absolutely.
do you think he's doing this to express some feelings he has that he's not comfortable with expressing?
Like, gee, I sure do like dressing up as an older woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny if I do it as a comedy movie.
Exactly.
Everyone will give me a pass on it if I do it that way.
That's my theory.
We'll get him an Emmy.
That man played a fat elderly black woman with such ease and grace. It was almost like he was like...
It's Miss United States. Sorry.
It was like he became a fat black woman.
He was born to play a fat black woman.
He was just born a fat black woman.
Yeah. Nobody likes to watch Tyler Perry movies. They watch Medea movies.
Why does Medea have such a... Like, why? Who's the target audience?
Medea.
Without getting... what?
Here's the thing. They call it the urban demographic, in air quotes.
So, like, the most non-racist way you can say black people.
Yeah, that's the way that statisticians and marketers in Hollywood use to describe black audiences so they don't sound racist. It's the urban demographic.
The urbans. Have you ever... There's this great line in The Walking Dead Season 1, the game.
I know.
Where he goes, Lee, do you know how to pick a lock? And he goes, why would I know how to pick a lock? And he goes, because you're,
Urban.
Urban. To me, that's Hollywood doing the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. That's who sees the Medea movies, honestly.
Like, do they like it, or
Maybe they do.
is it just like an obligation? Like,
It's an obligation.
there's so few black protagonists in anything now. It's like we gotta take what we can get.
What are they gonna?
Because Will Smith's career has taken a dive. No one even remembers like half of the other ones.
I think
John
I think we don't
Boyega's
wanna-
really it. Like,
well, there's
you
also
got
the
John
guy who's
Boyega,
being Black
and you got
Panther and
Medea.
Black Panther.
They get like a letter in the mail. Medea has come out. You are obligated as an urban to see it.
and they're like, God damn it! Why do white people have all the movies?
I love how there's almost 30 entries in the boxofficemojo.com category comedy, fatsuit.
Comedy fat suit.
Mrs. Doubtfire, Austin Powers, The Nutty Professor, The Nutty Professor 2, Dodgeball, Big Mama's House, Norbit, Tyler Perry's Medea, Tyler Perry's Medea, Tyler Perry's
wait,
Medea,
hold on.
Tyler
I
Perry's
have a-
Medea, Tyler Perry's Medea,
have
Tyler
a
Perry's
question.
Medea, Tyler
David.
Perry's Medea, and Tyler Perry's Medea.
Are Big Mama's House and Medea different franchises?
Yes.
How?
Well, you see, Big Mama is played by Martin Lawrence, and Medea is played by Tyler Perry.
For some reason, I thought they were the same movies.
I'm sorry. Listen, there's only one reason that you confused the movie series about the black guy dressing up in drag as this elderly black woman and being sassy to everybody from the movie series about the guy who dresses up as a elderly black woman and is sassy to everybody. And that reason is that you are racist.
Oh, dang.
It makes sense now.
After all these years, the truth finally comes out. Dan, Slott
Slott
was right. People who don't like his comics are all just racist.
We
No,
made
I
the
just
exact joke at
realized
the exact same time.
Jinx!
Okay, I realized something that I said earlier you might need to censor.
What?
I told the podcast which team Josh lost to at DreamHack, which can then lead to people figuring out what team Josh is on, which leads to what school he's at. Because it won't be that stupid hard to debunk. So just if you want to edit that out.
I mean, if you told him right in the middle of the podcast, we might have to edit this out too.
Edit the whole podcast out.
Okay.
We got Xavier as a guest star again.
Oh God. So anyway, I feel like Black Panther must be a breath of fresh air because they're like, finally, something that's not Medea.
Finally, a movie where there's token white characters instead of token not white characters.
How about Token Black from South Park?
It's the best character. Right next to Tweek and Greg. Craig. Fuck.
So what have you been watching and reading lately?
Lately I've been, not a whole lot. I've had a hard time just, like, sitting down and doing anything. Like, oh, one thing. I've started watching more of that show on Netflix, Terrace House. It's a Japanese reality TV show where they put 3 women and 3 men who are, like, in their 20s in an apartment, and then they just live together and have, like, love triangles and go to work and stuff.
Why have you been watching this?
And party. Because it's hilarious. And you know why? Is because Japanese people do not have the... I guess they're just not as loud and obnoxious as American people, so there's, like, everyone's too shy to raise their voice. So if they ever have any problems, they always just sit down and talk them out. Everyone's so quiet. It's just like if a girl likes a guy, she goes, hey, Tatsuya, I have feelings for you. And he goes, oh, well, I have feelings for you. And then that's the episode. Or if 2 people are arguing, they don't ever actually directly talk to each other about it. They have, like, one bad conversation and then just spend the rest of the time shit-talking to their friends, but never directly to each other. It's like the exact opposite of the Kardashians.
So it's like a normal person.
Yeah, it's like
Real life.
It's a reality show with, like, normal people in it.
Why do I have to press it?
I don't... It's really bizarre. I love it. I recommend it. David, you should check it out. Why are you just giggling?
Why?
David likes the show.
Why am I not giggling?
I don't know.
The Japans, they're weird.
Japan, everyone's too shy to get mad at each other in Japan. The reality, in fact, it's gotten to the point where I feel like one of the main, like, focal points of the show, because it cuts back to this panelist of, like, I don't know, comedians and or relationship advisors, like, just people who watch the thing and then give their opinion on it and just act all wacky. I think the reason they're there is because the cast are so dry and normal that they have to have a bunch of weirdo characters to, like, scream and cuss and act bizarre in between. So they have to, like, insert that into the interim between the, hey, I really like you. Wow, thanks. Do you want to go to dinner with me? Yeah, sure, I would like that. And just cuts to them it cuts to this group of people on a couch going, oh my god, I can't believe she asked him out! What the fuck? Like, she's so forward! Holy shit! Did you see how Tatsuya didn't interact with Mitsuki the whole day? Like, oh my god! It's like he's trying to avoid her. Oh my, he might as well just stab her at this point. Like, the craziest, like, loudest bullshit in between this, like, super calm, no one's saying anything. It's so weird.
So how did you find out about this?
Because a YouTuber I was watching just found it because he was bored, and then was like, everyone needs to go watch this. And I know one of the big selling points is because it's so bizarre to look at the way Japanese people interact from our, like, hyper bro culture, that a lot of people get kind of, like, a little bit of cringe comedy out of it, just because it's like, it gets so awkward and quiet. While as, you know, of course, like, in our culture, we'd all be screaming or acting stupid or getting drunk or throwing shit.
Or all four.
Or all four. In Japan, it's just so, like, just, oh no, that didn't go well.
Whoops.
Tatsuya tries to kiss his girlfriend, and she's embarrassed because their friends are in the room. So she goes, no, I'm scared. And then he goes, never mind then.
What are we doing?
And then he leaves the room. And then, it's so bizarre.
I look. What did I do?
It was a wager system. Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Okay, so Kyle and I, while we've been talking, have been playing Injustice 2 because
I don't
he's
have a
been
damn clue
wanting to
what's
try
going
it.
on because I have never played Injustice 2, and we had some like cutscene thing that happened, and I was like, "What am I doing?" And Xavier's like, "Oh, you do this as I'm mashing buttons and select something too quickly because I think it's a mash thing."
No, you just you have like your power bar, and then it has this thing in the middle. It's like how much of your
sound
power
like
bar
you're
do you want to
underwater
give
right
up?
now.
Do we? Is the thing
Yeah.
glitching out?
Oh no, the house is sinking!
Oh no!
Ah, Xavier!
Not again!
Ah!
Is it Skype being shitty?
I assume so.
I think it's your computer.
Is Skype being shitty?
Yes, but it's not as shitty as you.
Oh,
You gonna take that from him?
yeah.
Okay.
I
Of course
guess.
he will.
I mean, what else would I say? Like, would I
Hey,
disagree?
you want to read some more fan fiction with me?
Yes.
God damn it, no.
Yes.
Fuck. I've been outvoted. If Kyle wasn't here, this wouldn't be a thing.
So I've got 3 options. I'm thinking of 3 different types.
Oh my god, you've been planning this. This was premeditated.
You just needed a guest. I picked the first time. It was not Catwoman, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, pick Cyborg.
So here's the question: do you want to do Despicable Me, Minions specifically, Star Trek, or Sonic?
All of these sound like the most horrible thing I could possibly imagine. Is there a none of the above option?
No.
Oh, Kyle, you pick.
Let's go with Sonic.
Oh god,
Sonic, okay.
this is the worst. I want to die.
You're the worst.
What's the song? Are you looking up Sonic fan fiction, or
Yeah,
do you
I
have
didn't
one
find
already?
one.
No, he's writing one.
Oh, he's the author of one. Okay.
I didn't
Alright.
find any, so I have to look one up.
Damn. Don't you just hate when you're trying to find your
Oh, what the you could...
Sonic fan fiction and then you just can't find it? I feel like there's a certain percentage of
What do you
the
think
audience
about
base
Sonic
that
High
actually
School?
does have that problem.
What do you think? Sonic High School?
No! What's that even?
Sonic in a high school.
Let's go.
Okay.
No.
Sonic High School, Chapter 1. Sonic woke up and looked at the clock. 7
No,
o'clock!
dude,
It
you need
said.
to send us a link so that we can read one of the other characters.
Oh, wait, my bad.
So, who can do the best Sonic voice?
I can.
Okay,
Right.
you're Sonic.
Xavier
then.
volunteered himself.
Send it.
I'm the
Send it.
narrator.
Okay.
I'm the narrator, and we'll sign Kyle as necessary. Okay,
Oh,
I'm sending
alright.
it to the group chat, okay?
God.
Whoa.
The Facebook one?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Alright, cool.
Alright, let me open it up on my computer.
Okay. Now, we'll both have our
Oh,
own
fuck,
separate
hold on.
screen to read off. Alright.
I spelled messenger wrong because I can't spell. Fun fact of the day, everyone.
Kyle is illiterate.
So you're gonna play Sonic's mom first, and
Oh,
then you're gonna
God.
say who can do Tails? So we're gonna have Tails and Knuckles. Who's gonna be who?
Oh, what's my password?
Kyle reminds me of Knuckles.
So you're Knuckles, Kyle, and I'm Tails.
Why do I remind you of Knuckles?
Because I don't know.
So I'm Knuckles, you're Tails, and Xavier is Sonic, and we'll assign. And I'll do
Hold on, I gotta
ancillary
sign in.
voices as necessary.
You
You
don't-
ready?
You have to sign into Facebook every
I
time?
got this laptop a day ago.
Oh,
Come on.
cool. Can
Hurry
I have
up,
your
we
old
need-
one?
Come on.
No.
We need to read Sonic fanfiction already.
God damn it.
I am apologetic.
This is always how this goes.
Okay,
Come
who am I again?
You are. Which one did you say that? Knuckles or Tails? Which one?
Knuckles.
You're Knuckles.
And you remind
I'm
me of
Tails.
Tails, because if I'm Sonic, you're totally Tails, and the
Knuckles.
audience will understand that.
Knuckles is me.
Yeah.
So I'm Tails,
Game down.
and then we'll do ancillary voices as necessary. I'm also the
Okay.
narrator. You ready?
Alright.
All right, start us off.
Sonic woke up and looked at the clock. 7 o'clock, it said. And then Sonic screamed,
I am late for school! I have to go to school now!
said Sonic, jumping out of bed. Sonic put on his clothes really fast and ran out of his room because he is fast.
Oh, Lord. No time for breakfast,
Said Sonic as he ran past Sonic's mom. You will regret this, said Sonic's mom, leering at him from the kitchen stove, wearing aprons and oven mitts on her hands. So she's wearing aprons and oven mitts on her
multiple
hands.
aprons on her hands.
Sonic did not care. He was late. Sonic
Well, she's
ran
late because she's a
outside
Sonic
and
character.
ran to the bus stop where people were getting on the bus,
Tails, Knuckles, wait for me.
said Sonic as he ran towards the bus.
Hey, Knuckles, it's Sonic.
That's
No,
Tails.
no.
Oh.
I'm Tails, right?
Yeah, you're
Oh.
Tails.
What kind of a voice does Tails do?
High pitched and annoying.
Hey, Knuckles, it's Sonic,
It's exactly the voice. Oh my God.
said Tails to Knuckles at the bus stop.
He is late.
Said Knuckles to Tails before
Why
getting
is there
on the
no-
bus.
Why is there no contractions? He is late. I am late for school. Who talks like this?
Sonic ran so fast
here's
to the
the-
bus, and he got on the bus after Tails.
Here's the real question. Why do you have to take the bus? You're Sonic the Hedgehog.
The fastest creature in the universe is gonna be late for school.
Oh, Lord.
Keep reading, it's your line.
Just in time.
Said Sonic, huffing and puffing like he was doing the Cupid Shuffle for the first time. Sonic
What the fuck is that?
Let me Google Cupid Shuffle. Hold on.
Sonic sat down next to Tails, and Knuckles sat beside them, taking up both seats.
Is it my line?
Yeah.
Sorry. Taking up both seats. I'm so bad.
Said Knuckles, laughing because he sat where two people could sit. Sonic knew this every day, and no one bothered him.
bad. Like, it's like,
Naughty
it's like he's-
me.
oh God, I'm eating this extra cupcake, and it is killer for my thighs. I am so bad.
Cupid Shuffle is a song by Cupid from his 2007 studio album Time for a Change.
Oh, 2007.
It has
This
spawned
has not
a
aged
popular
well.
line dance and has drawn comparison to DJ Casper's Cha-Cha Slide.
I don't know what any of these
It
words are.
peaked at number 66 on Billboard's Hot 100 and number 21 on the Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs chart.
Oh,
Come
top
on, we need to keep going.
66.
Sonic
Impressive.
laughing because he sat where two people could seat. Knuckles did this every day, and no one bothered him because they all knew it was against the rules of both man and God.
What?
I'm not going to heaven!
The bus started and drove at the school. You know,
They drove at the like they were gonna ram into the
We're
front of
coming
it.
in hot!
Oh my God!
They
He's
didn't
killed all
drive
the
to
students
the
with
school.
bus.
They
What the
drove
hell?
at the school. Learn your prepositions, kids. That's very important.
We're at school.
And parked, and they got out. We're at school now, said Tails. It's time to go to class. Sonic was also at school. Well, duh. So he went to his first class of the day, English class. Sonic did not like English class very much, but he did not like any class very much that wasn't really about running and going fast, which is what Sonic does best.
So trash.
Sonic got
Which
to
is
his
what
class
Sonic does.
and sat down in his seat. It is journal day, said Sonic's English teacher, Mrs. Lesson. I love I did a really deep voice for Mrs. Lesson. I'm going to keep doing that because that's amazing. Mrs. Lesson was tall and white and had gray hair, and she was not pretty. Take out your journals and put them in a pile, and I will read one of your entries to the class. What? That's not how English class works.
Why?
This was.
Why are
I'm
we
gonna
reading
go out on a limb and assume the person who wrote this did never attend a school.
Sonic took out his blue journal, not his red one, and ran
Oh.
to the front quickly and put
'Cause
his
those are
journal
his
on her
favorite
desk
colors.
and ran back to his desk, all
Ran
with his
back
head
to his
down
desk.
and not talking or looking at anyone. Sonic was so fast that he did it first. Everyone else did it afterwards,
Congrats, Sonic.
and
we
slower.
get it. You're fast.
Oh.
Mrs. Lesson grabbed a journal from the pile, and Sonic knew that it was his because it looked just like Sonic's journal.
No one else is the color.
Sonic
blue.
knew this because he had written in it so many times. It was crazy.
What the fuck was that sentence?
But it was crazy.
He wrote in it so many times. It was crazy.
I'm not
Mrs.
visualizing
Lesson
this notebook any
opened to a totally random page, and it was the worst page she could pick. She began to read, "Dear Journal, I called the doctor today about a problem. I have a problem with my balls.
What?
They are itchy, and it is difficult to sit still with them because they are so itchy. I have to...
Hold on. It'll slowly fade into Sonic's voice as it becomes his inner monologue.
Okay, now you do it.
God.
I have to back up against Stuco's surface and rub up and down on them to relieve the itchiness. No creams have worked. Creams only make my balls smell like the breath of a thoroughbred, and I think Amy noticed. I hope my doctor calls. Love, Sonic. Oh no! Stop reading!
Said Sonic. But he reacted too late because it was already read.
Ever
All of
tweeted
it.
anything?
He's fucking Sonic!
I'm the fastest thing alive.
Everyone in his class laughed, and Sonic felt like an idiot asshole because now everybody knows about his
I
ball
love the line, he
problems.
felt like an idiot asshole.
I'm an absolute prick for a problem I have no control over.
Sonic felt his rage building up inside of him like a pool of lava in a volcano.
Stop laughing at me! Don't tell anyone!
Shouted Sonic. But everyone was just laughing so loud that they did not hear him, and Sonic was just so embarrassed and mad and sad, but more embarrassed, so he ran out of the class fast. Sonic ran to his locker and opened it, and he screamed into it. He screamed,
This sucks! Shit, fuck, shit, Sonic cussing out like
And
this
curse
bad
words,
bastard,
too.
damn it, ass bitch!
"What is the problem?" said Tails. "Are you mad?" said Tails. Sonic was mad, so he nodded. "You should tell everyone that it was okay to have problems with your balls, and that they probably have problems that they do not want everyone to talk about too, so stop laughing at me." Sonic thought Tails was right, because Tails was smart.
Whoa.
Knuckles was there too, so he said,
Sonic, what is this I heard about you having problems with your penis and balls?
Sonic was so mad again, so he punched Knuckles and ran away quick.
I'm gonna get back.
Punch! Oh! When Sonic ran, where Sonic ran to was his next class. It is now second period, so it was okay.
How short
And
is
that
your
class was
section?
history class. Sonic did not care about history class,
Hey, Amy!
said Sonic.
Check me out!
And Sonic did a dance move.
Oh my god,
Who's gonna play Amy?
Wow, cool! Let's kiss!
Said Amy, and
Okay, I
Sonic
like his
and Amy
better.
No, Amy
and Amy said, I love this sentence. Said Amy and Sonic and Amy kissed right there in the class, and some of the other people in the class watched, but the teacher wasn't there, so they didn't get in trouble. And who's gonna tell Sonic he can't kiss his girlfriend in class?
I like that girl and friend are
Okay.
separate words.
Okay,
His girlfriend.
So in this sentence, it's girl space friend, but earlier it was capital. It was one word girlfriend, but it was capital G and capital F.
Is this translated from, like, Polish?
Amy kissed Sonic so hard that he was thinking,
I lost my spot. Hang on.
Let's have sex.
Amy kissed Sonic so hard that he was thinking,
Let's have sex!
but he didn't say
But he didn't
it,
say it
because
out
the teacher
loud,
would show
yeah.
up by the time they started to have sex in history class.
No way.
Sonic kissed back really hard, and it was sexy to everyone.
I'm Knuckles.
The
and I'm
teacher
trying to
arrived,
buy it.
and they did class. They did class.
I like how we glossed over the part where it said one time they had sex in history class.
The teacher arrived, and they did class, but Sonic just looked at Amy the whole time, who was sitting next to Rouge. Amy and Rouge laughed, and talked, and they looked at Sonic sometimes, and they laughed. And Sonic thought Amy was telling her how awesome Sonic kissed her, but it was not.
What?
Rouge was telling Amy about Sonic's gay ball problems, and Amy was Sonic's girlfriend, but she thought it was just the funniest thing ever.
What?
Class ended, and Sonic went to Amy quickly, and did not stop on the way.
Hey, Amy, why do you go telling Rouge about how hard we kiss?
Said Sonic, with a smile on his face.
I like how the quote has a smiley emoticon.
That's why I said
in it.
colon bracket. 'cause
Colon bracket?
it's in there.
Said Sonic with a smile on his face that meant that he did not care that Amy did this and really wanted her to, because it made him look cooler?
Actually, Rogue was telling me about the problems with your balls and penis and butthole that everyone found out in your English class.
Wow, was Sonic surprised.
He did not know what to say. Next chapter.
I'd like to apologize.
There's more?
There's 25 chapters of this.
How is there 25 chapters?
25!
Someone wrote a short novel.
Okay, I like this because chapter 1 was the first day of school. Chapter 2's prom. That's like latter fourth quarter.
That's like chapter 15 at best.
That's supposed to be the climax of the thing, and nope, second chapter. We're going in. The one
Wait,
that's sex in the
Sonic
history
High
class.
School Chapter 2.
So it's like
The
is
rest
there
of
gonna
the
be
day for
30
Sonic was
chapters that are just
awful.
one day?
Come
By
on.
the time we get to chapter 25, they're gonna be.
I'm trying to read
36.
Sonic fanfiction. Can you please be quiet so I can read Sonic
Oh, I'm
fanfiction?
sorry, we're interrupting your Sonic fan fiction. I apologize,
Yeah,
sir.
it's such an important
I
literary
hope
discussion.
someone fucking animates this in like Source Filmmaker 2. I want a Source Filmmaker animation of this Sonic podcast.
I apologize to the viewer. I didn't mean to ruin your good time.
Sonic High School Chapter 2.
I
my
apologize to
The rest of the
author
day
who
was for
listening.
Sonic was awful. So bad it was that Sonic went home and went right to the bathroom and took a big poop.
Thank God.
It was a mad poop because it went out fast.
It went out fast! Gotta poop fast! Cause he's Sonic, remember? Cause he's Sonic.
He does everything fast except reacting when the
Hold
teacher
on,
says
shut up!
something.
Let's read this next sentence.
No, wait. I get to do it. Okay? I'm sorry.
Do it
I
with
need
a
to get my
straight
giggles.
face.
No, I
can't
need to
see
get my
him.
giggles out so I can read it with a straight face.
Right. Professional.
Read it like you're James Earl Jones. I can do it. If you need me to do
No,
it.
We're
I'm doing
hyping
it.
up
I'm
this
doing
sentence
it.
too much.
I am doing it.
We're hyping this up bigger than.
It shooted out of his butthole. It shooted out of his. No.
You can do it. I believe in
Stop
you.
it.
Okay, we'll be very quiet.
David.
It shooted out of his butthole so fast that it was like a gun shooting. His poop stunk so much that even the neighbors could tell it, and they all had a meeting at night about what to do about it. And they decided that they would just put fans on the outside, and if it really started to smell again, they would do something else.
I like that.
how
They would do something
The
else.
whole block was like, okay, we're all chipping in for this problem. Here's fans.
Oh my god, did Sonic take a shit again? smells like an industrial runoff over in my backyard.
Just like the
It
next.
really carries.
The next day, Sonic's mom's like, honey, this is a problem. We're being labeled the stinky house now. You gotta stop.
They're actually throwing bags of other feces at our house to make the smell not as bad. That's how bad it is. Jesus Christ, Mom!
So
How
Sonic
did it get
pooped.
this bad? Anyway.
So Sonic pooped and went to his room and shouted into his pillow.
I hate everything!
Sonic shouted loud, and he
Yeah.
heard a knock at his door. "What is wrong, Sonic?" asked Sonic's mom.
Nothing, said Sonic!
Said Sonic.
Oh my
Fuck up the quote!
Nothing said Sonic.
Nothing, said Sonic!
Said Sonic.
Can Sonic refer to himself in the third person for the rest of this?
Okay.
Sonic reads off his own dialogue pad.
Okay, just keep it down because I'm trying to watch the TV, said Sonic's mom to Sonic, and left without saying anything else. Sonic was in his room, so he looked out to the window and saw Tails flying there with his flying tails. "Sonic, are you okay?" asked Tails. "I was worried about you, Sonic." Sonic was less mad because Tails was always nice and smart and didn't care that Sonic left his porns around his room, so he could think about kissing and doing sex on Amy when he wasn't with Amy.
Hold on.
"Please be happy," said
This
Tails.
is-
"Are you
Is
there?"
this setting up for one of those like the teacher invites you to their home and the teacher's like, "Oh, I'll raise your grade if you wink,
You know,
wink,
wink,
Is-
wink,
is
nudge,
Sonic-
nudge. If you wink and or nudge with your
Is
butthole.
Tails gonna get raped by Sonic?
No.
Sonic went to the
I
window
doubt
and
it.
opened
Sonic
the
is the
window.
top. How
Sonic
dare
grabbed
you.
Tails and put him on the bed because Sonic is strong too.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Okay, quick question. Author, is Sonic God?
It feels like they're implying that. I lost my spot.
It's your line.
Okay.
I lost the spot, I'm sorry.
Sonic went to the window and opened the window. Sonic grabbed Tails and put him on the bed because Sonic is strong too.
This day was the worst!
Said Sonic.
Everyone thinks I am a gay loser all because I gave them my journal.
Sonic cried a little and Tails put his hand under his face to catch his tears. Tears can stain a carpet.
What the fuck?
Sounds like a fun fact. Did you know?
Did you know tears can stain carpets, Tails? Remember this in case I ever have an emotional breakdown in this room.
I've read the next sentence. It's the first day of school, and prom's happening that night.
What?
Tails hugged Sonic and said, I'm always here for you. The prom is tonight also.
What?
Come
on.
Wow, I
this with
forgot, said Sonic. Sonic ran to his closet.
Hey, I'm the narrator.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Stop it.
I'm sorry.
I hit him with my hat.
Ow.
Sonic ran to his tuxedo fast and pulled out his prom uniform. It's a tuxedo. And put it on faster.
Is our limo here yet, Tails?
Said Sonic while looking at Tails. Yes, said Tails right back.
Let's go.
And Sonic went outside with Tails, who was also in prom clothing, and they went outside and got in the limo.
The limo is broken. Wait, hold on.
Said,
The limo's broken.
Yeah,
said the limo driver, who looked like a person but darker colored.
What does that mean?
Are you?
Sonic and Tails got
It's
out
like
of the
calling
limo
him
and
that
asked the
member
limo
of the
driver if
urban
they could
market.
fix it.
He looked like a person but darker colored.
So he saw an idea.
So, if you're darker colored,
This
then you're
limo
not a
driver is going to Medea right now.
person. Limo driver, your line.
Nope, the limo is broken eternally.
Said the limo driver.
That mean?
Said
How
the
the
limo
fuck
driver.
did you get here then?
It's broken.
So Sonic
What the
grabbed
fuck, limo
I think
driver?
he's high. It's broken eternally, dude.
Just like me, if you really think about
What's the meaning?
So Sonic grabbed
take
Tails'
Sonic,
hand and
The
said,
guy with the
"Let
gay problem?
hey, come on."
Hey,
So
aren't
Sonic-
you that guy with the ball thing? Said
So
the limo-
Sonic grabbed Tails' hand and said,
This
So
place
Sonic-
is scary. Or wait,
"No, no."
are
So
you?
Sonic grabbed Tails' hand and said,
Let's go.
Let's go.
and ran all the way to the prom, which was on an island called Ghost Island.
What a name.
This place is scary, said Tails. Ghost Island was really scary.
No shit.
It was shaped like a skull, and everything looked like it was dead. Sonic looked at Tails.
I'm so confused at what spot we're at.
You're on
Yeah,
Ghost
it is.
Island.
Said Sonic.
What?
Why would the put the prom
Why
on
was
this
prom
island?
Day one?
Why would the put the prom on this ghost island?
Oh my god, I thought
Said
it was
Tails?
fucking up. I didn't realize that was the actual sentence.
No,
don't-
every time he's misspoken, it's been a thing
oh
in
my
the script.
God.
Why would the put the prom on this island? Said Tails. I don't see anyone else from the school here. Tails and Sonic were both worried about it all. Sonic and Tails walked forward, and there was a haunted house. Sonic and Tails went into the haunted house, and it was spooky. Sonic saw a ghost, and Tails saw a mummy. There was a man laughing.
There was a man.
We're running out
laughing.
of words to describe. You're using up the
Ah,
best.
ah, 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 Sonic and Tails, you are both here and fallen right into my trap, said the man laughing. The man looked like a fat, immature gay. It was Eggman.
It was Eggman.
Eggman.
He looked like a
yeah.
fat, immature gay.
When I-
What a great line!
When I hear the name Eggman, I think fat, immature gay.
So,
I don't know about
come
you.
on, Xavier, it's your turn.
Eggman, why you're here?
Asked Sonic and shouted
There's also
at
no
Eggman.
question mark. Hold on. Let me take that again. Eggman, why you're here?
There's no.
There's no
Asked
question mark.
Sonic and shouted at the Eggman.
Are you here for the Chaos Emeralds? Because there's no question mark. It's an exclamation point.
Sonic shook his fists at Eggman, and Tails ran at him. But what an idiot. He was because a cage fell down from the top of the sky and trapped Tails.
You are doomed now.
No, I did it. You are doomed now,
Mine was
said Eggman. Welcome to a graveyard of you.
An entire graveyard.
X-Men!
Just for you!
X-Men, welcome to die.
Sonic was shocked, but did not run forward because he did not want to get caught too. But what if Eggman did not have another cage? Sonic did not know, so he went to the side into a different room. This room was smaller and had carpets and wallpaper. It was still scary, though.
Wait, did the other rooms not have carpets or wallpaper?
No.
Oh,
Sonic said,
I need to find a way out and save Tails.
and he walked into a door that was on the next wall.
Next thing.
Said Sonic, and he came out of the room into the same room he was in.
This is a haunted house, so you always come back to the same place.
Said Sonic, thinking of a famous saying he saw once on the wall of a Walgreens where it was written.
What?
Eggman laughed and pointed at Sonic. I kissed Amy, and now
boy.
you can never date her again because I'm going to do sex to her tonight.
But
Quick-
she's
quick
a
question-
high
But
schooler.
quick question, is this in
But
history?
today's the prom.
Quick question, is this in history class?
I'm going to do sex to her. I'm
But
not
the
going to have
prom's
sex.
tonight.
Listen, I'm not going to have sex with her. I'm going to do sex to her.
You're gonna have sex to her.
No, this cannot be real.
Said Sonic. Sonic knew that he had to do something. But what?
Because there's no question marks again.
Yeah.
Okay, can we pick this up next week?
No, we need to do a third chapter.
Oh,
One more
Jesus
chapter.
Christ. Hold on, can we take a short intermission to go get food?
Okay.
Okay.
The chapter can fit on my screen. We can go through it.
Hold on, I'll just be right. I'm hungry, though. And I
get
don't want it to
snacks.
get cold.
Go get snacks.
Okay.
Wait, you ordered food?
Yes.
Oh, bring me some.
So, what other ideas for fan fiction are there that I could read?
No, we could do.
What?
Next time, we all gotta be on the podcast. 1 hour. No, that's not enough time. One day before it, we all start making a fan fiction, and we have like a topic sent out. And then the next day, we all have to read it.
Oh.
And it has to, and it can be as crappy or as beautiful as possible.
Okay, so, because we chose Sonic and not the other two, let me tell you what you missed out on.
What did I miss out? Oh, no, good.
Movies, Despicable Me, Minions, Kevin X Reader Female, M. So it's a sex scene between Kevin and a female reader. And then you missed Now with Added Tentacles, Kirk/Spock, where Kirk gets tentacles, and then he uses them in sex
Oh my
with
God.
Spock.
I don't
So
know.
you-
I feel like we lucked out with the broken Chinese bootleg of a fan fiction. It honest to God feels like some guy in China was like, "Oh, I'm not trying to be racist, but I like this fan fiction," and then he just bootlegged it, and he's like, "I can make money off this," and as you can tell, it's working.
This is absolutely amazing.
I know, because this is absolutely awful, and if you're the author and you're listening, I'm sorry, but hey, you got to start somewhere, so yay. But I'm intrigued as to where is this going, because we've established Sonic has problems with his genitals that have yet to reoccur. A problem with his with doing the number 2 that also has yet to reoccur. It looks like he has relationship problems because a quote-unquote... Wait, how do we describe Eggman?
Eggman? I don't know.
How do we describe him again? Because Sonic probably has relationship problems because he has the man looked like a fat, immature gay stealing his girlfriend. And he seems like... Oh, and also, we've also established classes are stupid short because
Yeah.
English was...
Like 5 minutes long,
5
maybe?
minutes?
And all they did in English class was read
Read
Sonic's
his journal, laugh at him, and then he ran out, and they're like, "Oh fuck, the protagonist
Okay, it's
is in
history
here."
class now. And then the whole history
subbing in
class
and
was just
reading off
Sonic
for
kissing
me?
Amy.
Yeah, it was so.
So I've decided that since we read
Whoa,
2 chapters
full on me,
before,
holy shit!
Yeah.
listen.
This is a bit metaphor.
So it has to be symmetry.
Oh, fuck.
So we read.
I knew I
2
forgot
chapters
something.
before-
I got Carl dinner.
So here's how
I
it works.
forgot
We
to
read
do
2
them.
chapters before intermission, so we're gonna read 2 chapters after intermission.
I'm okay with that. Xavier didn't hear that, but I'll force him to do it.
Okay, thank you. You are doing God's work.
But Sonic's God, as we've established as well.
So you're doing Sonic's work then.
Oh my, thank you. I'm proud to serve the Lord. I'm gonna look up Kyle the Hedgehog because you can search your name, the Hedgehog, and an OC will come up.
Yeah, of course.
What do I look like if I was a hedgehog made by? What the fuck is this? This isn't a hedgehog. This is a kid who has no shirt on, and he has a battery, and I think his left nostril, and then a marker in his right nostril.
I'm not gonna put a picture of that up in the podcast. Just so
I was gonna send it to you and be like, "Here's the photos. You can put it up." But now that you said that, I can't.
I think it's better that the people imagine it.
I also not use soda.
Hedgehog me is green with there's a fork with like a gray like overcoat with a red shirt, jeans, shoes that look like speed boost pads.
My favorite thing about the Sonic the Hedgehog OC thing is that mine, if you look up Xavier the Hedgehog,
You told me this.
for no reason at all, the predominant color scheme on all of the ones that are Xavier the Hedgehog is red and black.
I'll describe that to the viewer because I already.
So I see. So David the Hedgehog is a really edgy guy with black hair, and he's wearing jeans and a blue T-shirt with a angry emoji on it, and he's saying, "Don't piss me off," and for some reason his sword is saying "crank."
hit the thing.
Wait, his sword talks?
Yeah. And then there's of
fucked
course
up again.
sexy David the Hedgehog,
Oh my
Let me
god.
hit it.
which is
hand.
black and red.
Hold on. Oh, keep talking, David.
And so there's the black and red one, who's got a black torso with little red stripes on the side, and then his arms are red, and then there's highlights on his hair that are red, and of course he's got a super sexy white thing on his chest.
Ooh, kink.
Like a little white tuft of hair.
Yeah.
That's his, they call that a Sonic landing strip.
You ready to continue?
Sonics are very well known for their
I'll never be ready.
Well, you better be ready.
Sonic ran the fastest right. What?
What?
Sonic ran the fastest right to Dr. Eggman, right through his traps, and jumped at the floating platform that Eggman was standing on.
Whoa.
I'm coming for you!
Said Sonic.
No
And
shit,
he
you're on the
jumped up-
platform with them.
And he jumped up right to the platform and got so close,
Wait, you didn't
but
do that
fell because it was just too high to reach.
I like how he
even
jumped
for
on the
Sonic.
platform twice because it
He
described
jumped on
it
the
twice.
platform, got off,
Sonic
and he jumped on
said-
the platform and it was too high.
Sonic
Damn!
and ran up the staircase that was in the middle of the big room that were under Sonic. Sonic ran to the trap.
Oh, the
and
big
at
room
top-
that were under Eggman.
Sonic ran to the top,
right.
and at the top he jumped again from a higher spot. And this time he reached the platform because it was easier to get to it. Your line.
Amy still has to be here somewhere.
Oh my god, you're so
No,
bad
no,
at tracking.
no. It's now you are
Now
mine.
you are mine.
Oh. I
We're
don't know.
You're
still in the
skipping
first
ahead
paragraph.
again. You're trying to shorten this to make it less interesting.
To make it less
Top
interesting.
one. There, yeah, someone there.
Say
Yeah,
your
never
line.
mind.
Say your line.
I can't highlight it.
Just
it's a
read
picture.
It, you can see it.
Now you are mine!
Shouted Sonic right to Eggman in his ear. I am not going to fall this easily, said Eggman, who then grabbed a crystal remote control out of his pocket and pressed a button on it that made a dome of lasers around Eggman. Get out of here, yelled Eggman. I am Eggman, and I will have my way with the treasures of the island, said Eggman. Eggman flew up higher on his platform, and Sonic had already fell from the lasers that were on the floating platform, so Sonic didn't get to go too. Eggman disappeared into a purple and black portal at the top of the ceiling. Now that's ceiling like you're sealing
Oh
something,
my
not
God.
ceiling is the floor. And Sonic was left at the bottom of the room on the middle of the stairs.
Amy still has to be here somewhere, and I need to get Tails out of that locked cage!
Said Sonic, thinking about what he should do next. Sonic ran up the stairs really fast and down the hallway at the top of the stairs on the second floor.
I'm glad,
Sonic picked a door and ran into the door.
I'm glad we're able to reestablish Sonic as fast like every 10 seconds because I keep forgetting. You know, the only thing he's
There-
known for.
The room Sonic ran into
Do you
had
know
a
Spider-Man
big picture.
is like responsible? you know that?
What the? No.
And he also swings on things.
What?
Yeah.
It's like he's a spider or something.
It's almost like he's some kind of Spider-Man. It's
That'd
almost like Sonic is he's like fast as a sonic boom or some kind of thing that's fast.
That's a good naming convention. Let's
The
copyright
room
that.
Sonic ran into had a big picture of an old man on it, and he looked just so old that it was like seeing a skeleton right there. Sonic said.
I think we both lost our spot.
Sonic
This
said,
man probably died years ago and left all his money from being in real estate.
Wait, what the hell?
Real.
REALA state.
real estate.
You know
to
real
his-
estate, bro.
Who built this place? To his sons who built this place.
Sonic thought that this was not the right room to be in, so he left it and went into the next room.
Why'd we go in that room?
This was the right room for Sonic to be in. This was the right room to be in, Sonic knew immediately. There was a big red bed, and Amy was tied with rope around her feet and hands, and there was so much rope around her head with a lock in her mouth so she couldn't open it or say anything at all. Sonic ran right to the bed without doing anything before doing that and untied Amy with his sonic speed.
You're
Oh, I'm Amy. Fuck.
Yeah.
I am so glad you are here. I forgot.
Said Amy.
The prom is not turning out like I hoped it would when I brought the dress.
Amy was wearing a pretty red dress that was like what she
pretty?
normally wears, but longer, and there were 2 flowers on the 2 shoulders. Amy's
about my
dress
third one?
also made her boobs look bigger, Sonic noticed. Sonic thought for just a moment, and this was the perfect moment to get her to give sex to him, but did not do it because Tails still needed help.
His only motivation for not raping
Tails
her was
cock
that...
blocked Sonic.
I like the reasoning here is that, man, Tails is in a cage probably, like, panicking, and I probably gotta get him out of here. And even though this girl and I...
And even though Amy's
Attempted
wearing a
to-
red dress, has 2 flowers on her 2 shoulders, I remind you, and's got bigger boobalos than normal, I will help Tails.
Now-
Because he's in cage.
That's the only
We've
reason that I'm gonna
established
help.
earlier that they tried to have sex in the middle of history class once. But now he's like, I'll finally get her to give it to me.
Give
And
the
it's-
sex to me.
Give the sex
I
to
think
me.
here's the issue. Sonic, he needs to prove to everyone that his itchy ball issue isn't a problem. So he has to have sex in front of everyone. But in a
Exactly.
private room, who's he having sex for?
So him and
It's
Amy
your
have
line,
to be
Sonic.
exhibitionists so that everyone knows that his balls are not gay.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I read ahead.
So you said, where is the key to Sonic's Tails cage? That's your line.
Say that line, please.
I'm throwing you straight.
Don't eat. This is serious work.
We
Listen.
need to open Tails' cage. He
Said
can't
Sonic to
get
Amy.
out of the cage.
You read a line ahead still.
What?
Amy, go.
Where is the key to open Tails' cage?
No,
We
no.
need to open Tails' cage. He can't get out of the cage.
I saw Eggman putting a key in a safe behind the picture in the room you were just in.
Said Amy.
So let's go get it.
Amy and Sonic ran to the next room, and Sonic got there first. He's the faster one in the
We
relationship.
get it!
Oh my god.
Sonic's fast!
Fuck.
Sonic,
You know
Sonic
that guy?
punched his big, strong hand right through the painting like a bodybuilder, and found the safe behind the painting.
You know, you could have just moved the painting. No point in destruction of property, Sonic. Hold on, I might actually have a line.
Sonic
Oh.
has a line.
Sonic is a line.
This safe needs a password.
As with most
Said
safes.
Sonic.
What could it be?
Sonic thought long and hard about everything he knew about Eggman.
Fat, gay.
Sonic knew Eggman was a gay asshole. Who always wanted to-
The password's gay.
What year was
Sonic-
this written in?
Sonic
Not
knew
2017.
Eggman was a gay asshole who always ruined Sonic's plans to be the hero, and now he ruined Sonic's prom. Sonic tapped on his brain and thought harder. He didn't tap his head, he tapped his brain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Maybe the password is his name.
Said Amy.
It's not. That's poor password.
It was not, and Sonic knew it before Sonic put it into the safe lock.
I love her for her body.
Fuck! I heard that!
Thought Sonic. Sonic thought harder and had an idea.
What if the password is Sonic Stellar Man?
What does that mean?
Finally shouted Sonic at Amy next to him. Amy, who was there, said,
Amy,
What does that mean?
Amy, who was there, in case you forgot.
said,
What does that mean?
Amy, Sonic's girlfriend, was confused.
No, hold on.
you
Amy,
forgot.
Sonic's girlfriend was confused. There's no extra comma after
Why do we keep
girlfriend.
getting reminded of
Amy,
everything?
Sonic's girlfriend, was confused. Sonic.
It is Chaos Emeralds backwards. What he really wants, but messed up, so we would not guess it.
Screamed. You have to do that louder because he screams this line.
It is Chaos Emeralds backwards. What he really wants, but messed up, so we would not guess it.
Screamed Sonic, so happy. Sonic typed the password into the safe, and would you know it, it popped open, and there was this big key, so Sonic took it. Sonic ran down the stairs, and then Amy did, and Sonic opened Tails' cage, and Tails got out. I am so glad to be safe one again. Thanks to you, Sonic, the day is saved. Tails was smiling, bigger than a crocodile having a silly dream, but Sonic was not.
That is the most amazing.
What?
He was smiling bigger than a crocodile having a silly dream.
But Sonic was not.
Having a silly dream, that is.
Sonic was not having a silly
What
dream.
is...
Or was he not smiling?
You say this line.
What is wrong, Sonic? Everything is right now, said Sonic. What?
Say it! Savior.
What is wrong, Sonic? Everything is right now.
Said Sonic.
He said it to himself in a mirror.
I wish you'd stop referring to yourself in the third person, Sonic. It really creeps
Hey!
me out.
You need to... Sonic, you've got a line.
No, it isn't.
Said Sonic so mad and said...
Eggman got away without a real punishment for what he did.
Sonic shook his face at the sky, thinking about how Eggman slipped away like a slippery balloon that Sonic let go of.
It's like a slippery
A
balloon.
slippery balloon you let go of?
Yeah.
What?
Kyle,
Slippery or not, you let go of it. Well, we're
Kyle.
all safe.
Amy said.
That's what really matters.
Sonic figured right then that Amy's superpower must be being nice because, like, he knew before it wasn't being smart, Tails was best, and Sonic is also good at it too. Sonic did not even think about how his day at school was bad anymore because his balls did not really itch anymore.
Did come back.
Sonic laughed, Tails laughed, Amy laughed, and they went home ready for the next day of
What
school.
about the prom?
They forgot.
Oh well, I guess they didn't
They
go.
were too busy.
Maybe they gave sex instead.
Maybe they just had like a three-way with Tails, since Amy's clearly a man based on the voice.
Hey, fuck off. I'm not a trap.
Sonic High School, Chapter 4.
No, we're at an hour
No,
and 22.
No, we
We
agreed
need-
on this when you weren't here. We read 2 before the intermission, we're reading 2 afterwards.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Sonic did not like in the first chapter and went to school again.
What?
Sonic did like in the first chapter and went to school again.
Is he aware he's in
Now
a
it's
shitty
lunchtime and
bubble?
Sonic was in the lunchroom. Sonic was telling all the people at his table who were Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Espio, and Charmy Bee about what
got a
did
lot of
happen
characters
yesterday.
coming up.
But Tails already knew, so he was nodding his head like a good friend.
You should have seen it.
Said
I
Sonic.
nearly spilled Dr. Pepper on Xavier's computer.
That would have been bad.
This would have been the one
Sonic,
and only
This
podcast.
laptop is valuable. My career will end if it explodes.
If that happened,
Sonic.
it would have been the one and only podcast that it would have been on.
I cannot.
Sonic.
I cannot afford another laptop. Be careful.
Sonic.
One moment, please. I was in the haunted house and I shot Eggman, but I let him get away right before I could have killed him.
Sonic laughed, and Tails laughed at the same time. Knuckles said,
No,
You
David.
should stop being on these cool adventures because high school is more important. I'm
Of
gonna,
all the characters to say that.
hey, come on, say this again, because we were laughing over it.
Knuckles said.
You should stop going on these cool adventures because high school is more important.
Said Knuckles. I love how he said Knuckles said this and then said Knuckles. Said Knuckles, and Sonic knew he was right because it's called
John
Sonic
said
High
hi,
School.
said John. Was that sentence, basically.
And Sonic knew he was right because it's called Sonic High School, and it should
Wait.
be more about the high school part. So Sonic asked them all what they're
Is Sonic
there
aware
up
he's
to.
in this?
He knows that he's in Sonic
They
High
used the
School,
wrong
fan
there.
Wait, where?
They did. Well, I'm entering the science competition,
Nerd!
said Tails. To win the science competition, I have to come with the best invention, and my invention is this invisibility hat. It makes you invisible, but I can't do it right now because I have to make sure it works perfect for the science competition.
Stiff-ass science competition.
Tails was so
Wait,
smart
hold
that he
on,
knew
hold on. He can't do it right now because he has to make sure it works. Would not
But-
the only way to make sure it works be to activate it? Why not use it now?
Shut the fuck up.
Tails was so smart.
I'm
that
sorry,
Sonic
did Michael
knew
Bay
he
write
would
this?
win the science competition because Tails is like Einstein.
Oh my god. I yelled nerd at the start of that as a joke.
No.
And now my next line is nerd.
Say it.
Look at how he spelled Einstein.
Wait, what? Let me see.
Einstein.
This has to be on purpose. Someone wrote this like this on purpose.
Oh,
It has to be tongue in
David and
cheek.
I came up with this theory and I told David about it and he likes it. I think this is a Chinese bootleg of a different fan fiction.
Wait, like a different fan fiction?
No. Some guy in China saw a fan fiction and went, I like this, and he made a bootleg of it. And this is it.
Like a copy.
And this is the translated version.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So, come on, Knuckles, it's your line.
Nerd.
Shout Knuckles right into
Oh,
Tails' ear. What a bad guy.
I'm eating this potato like an idiot.
That's not
Knuckles.
What you said.
I'm sorry.
I am just hanging out and not going to class because I want to cause trouble.
Said Knuckles.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what happened to me saying stay at school, you fag?
He told Sonic to stay at school and not go on adventures, and then he called someone else a nerd for enjoying school and said, I'm gonna skip class. Within the same minute!
Do as I say, not as I do.
Knuckles was so bad that he would cause trouble. Sonic thought Knuckles was a fuck.
Oh, wow.
Shadow was next, and he was badder than Knuckles, but in a different way. Who's gonna be Shadow?
I will. I'm not going to be around much longer.
Said Knuckles.
Oh, whoops.
What?
He always
I'm
did.
not going to be around much longer.
He always did.
Trails off. There's
At-
an ellipsis at the end of there. That's why he said
At,
it.
at the end of what he was saying, because it was mysterious. Where are you going? Where are you going? Said Tails, because he was curious.
Oh, wait, that was supposed to be
That
Shadow.
was supposed to be Shadow, but they said Knuckles on accident.
Well,
Alright.
fuck it, who cares? You're Shadow still.
I am going to kill my parents.
Said Shadow. See, this is how Shadows is worse than Knuckles. He did serious bad things. At least at the end of the day, Knuckles could sleep. Shadow was too dark for that.
Turn on the lights.
Who's SBO?
Who's SBO? Like, who's legit SBO?
Like in the actual Sonic
Who is
canon.
SBO? Let's look this. I just got shit on my mouse pad. Fuck me.
No, I don't want
No, not you. Someone look up SBO quickly.
I'm not going to.
to. I'm too far away from the laptop.
Fuck, fine. The
Let's see.
crocodile guy?
Oh.
It's the purple rhino.
It's that guy that looks nothing like a rhino at all.
The purple rhino. Has
I'm gonna try out for this football team, said SBO. SBO was athletic like Sonic, but not as fast. But he had a horn on his nose that was good for attacking people in front of him, so I thought it would be good at football. I'm gonna... You be Charmy Bee,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't got a character.
I'm going to try out for the play.
said Charmy Bee. Charmy Bee was loud and singing.
Oh, you're
Oh.
You're an annoying fag, so you should do great.
Said Knuckles.
Do not hurt my feelings.
Said Charmy. Charmy was used to being hectored, so he was able to remove himself from his potent fury.
Doesn't that
Did
want
you
to say heckled?
Hectored, and he said used, not used. Did you see Rouge right now? Said SBO. She is looking so hot in her tiny bra.
Because that's what you were at high
Sonic-
school.
Sonic obviously wanted to... SBO obviously wanted to kiss her deep,
You should ask her out.
Deep?
said
Like
Sonic.
underwater?
Kiss
But
her
the
deep.
prom was yesterday.
No, you're just shoving your tongue down her
prom was
throat and like
yesterday.
licking her intestines. That's
No.
how you kiss someone
Yes!
deep.
You're right. I am so
But
stupid.
the prom was yesterday, said SBO.
Well, that is okay. You can date anytime.
said Sonic.
He knows. He's really, yeah.
Hold on, so the prom legit was yesterday,
Oh.
and the prom had 3 people,
Yeah.
not including Eggman?
Well,
What a
you don't
shitty
include him 'cause
turnout.
he's a gay asshole.
Oh, you're right. That's why nobody went!
Oh, said SBO. Oh, I'm gonna kiss and sex her tonight.
What a
SBO was like a
turnaround.
little boy looking at his mom's boob for the first time.
What?
What?
Sonic and Tails were both looking at each other, and they wanted to help SBO. We're gonna help you get a date!
Said
Wait, we need
Sonic
to do this together.
and Tails at the same time,
Alright.
We're
simultaneously.
gonna do it at the same
3,
time, so 3, 2,
1.
We're gonna
We're
help you
gonna
get
help
a
you get a
date.
date!
Enough.
Said Sonic and Tails at the same time simultaneously.
Yeah.
3,
Pork rib.
2, 1. We're gonna do it right now!
Sonic,
said
stop.
Sonic and Tails. Sonic and Tails got up and both grabbed one of SBO's arms and dragged him across the room. Sonic did most dragging because he is stronger. And put him right at Rouge.
And then Sonic touched a paralyzed man's head, and he could walk again. It was amazing.
What is this
Sonic
about?
walked on water
Rouge
because he's
with a
so
gushing
fast.
sound.
He could run.
She blinked her eyelids quickly like a race car. What do you want? Why are you here?
Let's win.
SBO looked right into her eyes with a passion like 100 barking dogs
100 barking
And-
dogs sure are
Yes,
passionate.
when I think
and
that,
said,
I think puppers.
Rouge, will you go out with me? SBO was sweating, and there were drops of sweat dropping of his hands
That's
in
what
front of
sweating
her.
means.
I don't know, said Rouge.
That was
and
really
looked at SBO.
bad. Does Rouge need to get her throat looked at?
Yeah, she does. She has
I'm
bronchitis.
sorry.
Rouge gave him a sexy look that made SBO feel in love.
Feeling love.
Okay, we're gonna do this together. So 3, 2, 1.
Please do it.
Please. Oh, sorry. Let's do that again. 3, 2, 1.
Please do it.
Do it. Said Sonic and Tails together at the same time. Okay, we can go on a date tonight.
Okay, I want to just say that this is not how you ask someone out by having 2 of your friends sitting there begging the other person to say yes for you. I don't.
Said Rouge.
I mean, I've been in
Sonic-
that scenario.
Here's how you actually do it. You hold the chick at gunpoint. Don't
Yeah.
don't actually. Disclaimer.
In middle school,
Disclaimer, don't
I
do
told
it.
these 2 girls. In middle school, I hung out with these 3 girls, and 2 of them were friends with the 3rd one, and they were like, "Hey, what do you think of her?" And I was like, "Yeah, she's pretty. I want to ask her out to the 8th grade dance." And they're like, "Dude, you should totally do it." And I was like, "No, I don't want. I'm shy." So then they went out to the hallway, grabbed her, pulled her in, and then sat her in front of me and said, "Xavier, do it." And I said, do you wanna, and then they said, "You should go to the dance with him." And she said, "All right." And I said, "Yay, I did it."
You put a lot of hard work into asking her out by saying the word like 50 times.
Yeah.
Sonic and Tails and SBO were stoked and high-fived right there. By the time this night ended, one of them would have done their first sex. No, here's the hard part, said SBO. How do I put sex in her without getting into trouble?
How do I put...
Sonic and Tails looked at each other and thought, uh-oh. And Tails walked out while holding onto Rouge's boobies
What?
because now they are boyfriend and girlfriend and it's allowed to do it.
What?
You're just walking next to her with your hand on her
SBO, HR would like to have a talk with you. We're going to explain this concept called workplace harassment.
This is not a safe environment.
They're at a high school, so they're going to talk to the principal.
They're a high school? Oh, it's fine. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
First you got Sonic and that other girl having sex in history class.
She hasn't.
And then you got SBO just
they
holding
didn't
her
have
boobs
sex.
as she walks
They just
out the
kissed
door.
a lot, and they wanted to do sex.
And then
Oh.
the teacher read Sonic's diary, and it ruined his
No, it said they
life.
started to do the sex,
No,
but then they
no,
stopped.
I thought they said they wanted
It said
to.
started.
It said they wanted to.
It said they wanted
Go
to.
back and check. I'm gonna
No.
go back and check.
No!
Okay.
Oh my god, he's going back and checking.
Well, we're done. That was chapter 4. We're quitting.
So,
I'm gonna kill myself.
audience, comment in the comments if you want to hear more.
Comment
of
if you
Sonic
think
High
David's a
School,
bad person.
or
Like
if you want to
and
hear something
subscribe
else.
if you think I'm cool.
Okay.
So tell us, audience, do you want more Sonic High School, or do you want something else?
I love this.
Let's have sex, but he didn't say it because the teacher would show up by the time they started to have sex
Yes,
in
they
history.
wanted to,
Ah,
like,
damn. I thought
Yeah,
it was.
I told you they wanted to. But
I
they
misread
didn't
that and thought they were saying that they tried it once, and then the teacher was like, "Hey, you can't do that. This is a high school." And also, just like you can't do that in general.
What if the
I
teacher was
love-
Eggman?
This was a lot of fun actually. This one was
That's fucking horrible.
this one was a hidden gem.
There's shit on my screen. This one is why I wake up every day and wonder where am
I love that the description has to specify all characters are 18 years old. They're all 18. Don't yell at me.
This got published in May of 2012, and it was finished in August of 2012. According to the, statistics of this, I guess?
So, audience, did you like this?
No.
You're not the audience.
They loved this? I'm sure.
Audience, send us...
I still didn't like it.
I want you, audience, to write down your response on paper, make it into a paper airplane, and chuck it at where you think Xavier lives. At least one paper airplane's bound to make it into his backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be...
Everyone, buy a skywriter to make a smoke trail with his plane that tells me your opinion of it. And eventually I might see one.
Mm-hmm.
Audience, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for going along this journey with us.
Audience, if
It
you
was
love this
wonderful.
podcast, email a picture of a Sonic OC that you personally drew to
Email your
at
Sonic.
Davidian. I'm just kidding. That's not his real email.
If you liked this,
Tweet David your Sonic OCs.
tweet David and Xavier your Sonic OCs. They have to be yours. I will check
And
for copyright.
at Beats by Barca at Dr. Barca as well.
Beats by Dr. Baca, because Dr. Baca itself was just taken. So
Oh.
that's my backup.
So Beats by Dr. Barca. Tweet it to him too.
yeah, tweet it to me.
Tweet it to all of us.
And don't forget, tweet it to Sonic as well.
And Dan Slott. I'm sure he'd like to hear about it too.
Tweet it to Jesus Christ himself.
Everyone tweet Dan Slott Sonic OCs until he blocks you or quits writing comics. Oh my god.
He quits because people won't stop tweeting him Sonic OCs. I've had it! I'm sick of your OCs! I repent!
No. Wait.
What up?
Everyone. This is how we'll do it. This is how we'll win. We'll save Spider-Man. Don't harass Dan Slott. Don't call him names. Don't argue with him. Don't even talk to him. Just tweet him Sonic pictures. And just keep doing it. And keep doing it forever. Until eventually he'll get mad and quit. Just do it!
Even if you're having a civil conversation that's completely serious.
If you know where
do you-
Dan Slott is, mail him in the mail a picture of a Sonic drawing. Just draw your own Sonic character and mail it to him.
What if I mail him in the sewer?
I don't... what? You did...
You
yeah.
said, you said mail him in the mail. Like, you keep extra specifying pointlessly, like, the 90% of this fanfic of, Amy, his girlfriend,
Oh my god!
room with his girlfriend, Amy.
So did you know that Xavier said that you should email Sonic OCs at Dan Slott, said Xavier?
What?
Just say yes.
Yes? No? What? Who
I
are
was
you?
doing the thing from the comic where they said Sonic said... This
This is not a comic, sir. Although it should be.
Yeah, look how big they came up.
Yeah, so if anybody in the comments wants to either animate this or draw a comic, we would highly appreciate it.
If you listened this far, you must be big fans of David and Xavier, or you need help, because this was the train
This was
wreck.
terrible.
This was amazing.
Why didn't you click off of it? As soon as he said the word "you wanna,"
You want it just for like
It's
the
just
next 40 minutes.
hey, you guys wanna and it just keeps going.
You're gonna have to put all
So
the
thank
ads
you
in the
for
first
going
5
on
minutes.
this journey with me, Xavier and Kyle.
Yay, we did it.
Kill me.
Okay.
This was... so I'm curious, do you think I should just do this on my own, where I just do like an audiobook, basically, of fan fiction?
It's not an original concept.
It'll be a new feature on his channel. David reads, and it's just Sonic High School. No, it's in all caps. It goes, David reads Sonic High School.
So should I do this as a series then?
I don't know. We're 4 chapters in.
There's 25 chapters, so I could do the other 21.
But who's gonna? I gotta voice Amy, and we gotta have Xavier voice Sonic after being delayed by like a minute.
Yeah.
because
You
lots
should
of-
have
we have
seen
to-
it. I was in the haunted house and I shot Eggman, but I let him get away right before I could have killed him.
Except you'll
Yeah.
have like a 5-minute delay.
I guess
'cause
we
you
just
walked
have
the
to
plot.
bring you
Yeah.
back for more of these. Maybe we could do it on a weekly basis, just reading Sonic High School.
Oh God! Just read the whole
The
thing.
fucking podcast just
Yeah.
devolves into
Read
Sonic
the whole
High
thing.
School.
Let's do it. I'm down.
See you next week for the podcast, everyone. Sonic High School.
All right.
Comes back.
And then we finish it, and we're like, all right, so how was Sonic relevant to Sonic High School's plot and his character development?
Oh yeah, I'll do an analysis after it's over. Like,
What do you think it means that we're
It's like
constantly
Talking Dead.
reminded every 5 sentences that Sonic is better than everybody else?
we need to have a talk show after the podcast is over where Chris Hardwick interviews Sonic voice actors about what they think's going to happen next episode.
Yes. I would watch that.
And they'll call it Talking the Hedgehog.
Talks?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Perfect. We will see you next time.
Oh
Goodbye.
God, I'm so sorry,
When
everyone.
is next time?
Bye.
Bye.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Cut my life into pieces. This is copyrighted. Sorry about your monetization.
Ah!